Okoman Radio 97.1 Okoman TV ene yeba pro ebepie enso na obunsu ne nyina ne se Syngenta etumi make it official launch of Pergado Ultra. We eye dwumadi a wopa hontoma na beboa koko akuafo ewo Ghana afanan hanyina nyina ne se Pergado eye aduru sonko a wore ema koko akuafo na ne watumi ede spray won koko nobai na bokoko no ban enso atumi ade afi ohaw ana yare a ebeba koko no so yebepiem obunsu a na je se the official launch of Pergado Ultra na saa dwumadi ase mpanyimfo akukudam etu anamon ebepiem ewa ha Dr. Ishmael Amwakwata ono research scientist ewo Koko Research Institute of Ghana sanso na Mark enso no application technology manager ono suti awanamon ebepiem ewa ha managing director Overseas Warehouse Ghana Limited ono so ebai ora Mr. Imoro Sulemana sanso na country manager Eremaye Syngenta Mr. Kingsley Adade ono so no etumi ebepiem o dwumade na se na dwumade ne sha se ne panfo ahoro etu wanu mutuo ora ne din enso Mr. Imoro Sulemana ono na managing director Overseas Warehouse Ghana Limited ekasai anodisem ana afin so akwa abansem tudwa ewo kame koko akuafo ene nipa ebepiem o dwumade na se.
I'm not here to give too much of a long address. It's just a pleasure to be here today to launch the latest cutting-edge fungicide called Pergado Ultra, and then we are happy to be one of the few entities who are having a non-copper-based fungicide in the cocoa sector in Ghana. And for a while now, Syngenta has been a strategic partner with Overseas Warehouse, and we've been able to provide efficient and effective support to the Ghanaian cocoa industry. This collaboration wouldn't have been possible without the support and supervision of Cocoa Board and CREC over the years. Our long relationship with Cocoa Board and CREC does not just end with introducing products onto the Ghanaian market for cocoa farmers. We have also partnered with Cocoa Board and CREC to do other activities that will help enhance the cocoa production in Ghana, i.e. technical assistance programs, studies on new pollinators for cocoa, and also trying over the years to prove that certain regulations in Europe might not necessarily be that applicable in Africa, and for that matter, the cocoa growing areas in West Africa. So we've been doing this with Cocoa Board and CREC over the years so as to enhance the productivity and then the livelihood of cocoa farmers in Ghana. We are also working with Cocoa Board and Syngenta. They are the lead in the technological evolution of these products. So Syngenta is working assiduously with CREC to develop a solution to the CSS VD program, which is the Millibud program. And we hope that very soon there will be a clear-cut solution to that program. And Syngenta is working with CREC in that effect. Codapec has been the cornerstone of most of the chemical application in Ghana over the years. I think it's been there for more than 20 years, 30 years. And we have always partnered with Codapec through Cocoa Board to supply cutting-edge European standard. Let me emphasize, European standard, because in the industry we have other products that use. I'm not saying they are not good, but we take pride in the fact that whatever we supply to Cocoa Board is produced by an European company with European standards, that the quality is assured and the efficacy is well known. Historically, we are known for products like Ridomil, and I think in the industry, Ridomil is the cornerstone of cocoa board's fight on black pot. As we speak, we are taking it a notch higher by introducing today's product called Pergado Ultra, which we believe will help enhance the fight on black pot going forward. So in order not to bore you with plenty speeches and welcoming address, because we have others who will address this session, I will stop here, but to recognize your presence here, that it means a lot to us because we are trying to do something good for the sector, and we appreciate your presence here today. Thank you very much.
Oh, you know, Isaka Kamara, ono ane head West and Central Africa, Syngenta, and so eden insem editujwa, ejine mu edema Syngenta, echere, dientia Syngenta akwakofa, Pergado Ultra, Adruno etumi eriaba.
And thank you for joining us today to celebrate a momentous occasion in the world of cocoa farming. As the head of West and Central Africa for Syngenta, it is my privilege to introduce you to our industry-leading crop protection innovation, Pergado Ultra, a revolutionary fungicide poised to transform the landscape of cocoa cultivation in West Africa. But before we delve into the details of Pergado Ultra, allow me to provide you with some background on the Syngenta Group. Founded on the principles of innovation, sustainability, and partnerships, Syngenta is the global leader in agricultural technologies, committed to supporting and providing tools and knowledge to farmers to grow more food with fewer resources. With a presence in over 100 countries and a legacy spanning decades, Syngenta has earned a reputation of excellence in research, development, and manufacturing. Indeed, as you may know, Syngenta is coming from legacy AstraZeneca and Novartis agrochemical departments, which you all know are also leaders in their field. Our diverse portfolio of products is including seeds, crop protection solutions, biologicals, and digital tools is designed to address the unique challenges that our farmers are facing all around the world. From smallholder farmers to large-scale farmers, by the way. But Syngenta's commitment to sustainability goes far beyond the product that we develop. With the ambition to be the most collaborative in the industry, we are dedicated to fostering partnerships, promoting best practices, and driving positive change in all the communities that we serve. Whether it's through initiatives to conserve water or soil health, protect biodiversity, or empower smallholder farmers, we strive to make a meaningful difference in the communities we serve. Now let's turn our attention to Pergado Ultra, our best-in-class protection in disease control for cocoa. Developed by our teams of scientists and experts, Pergado Ultra is specifically formulated for West Africa cocoa to combat the most prevalent diseases threatening cocoa crops. Its advanced formula not only controls existing diseases, but also provides preventive protection, ensuring healthier trees and higher yields for our farmers. But Pergado is more than just a fungicide. It's a symbol of our ongoing commitment to innovation, sustainability, and partnership. Through training programs, technical assistance, and collaboration with organizations like CocoBud, we are dedicated to empowering our farmers with the tools and knowledge to thrive in an ever-changing world. As we stand on the brink of a new era in cocoa cultivation, let us embrace the possibilities that lie ahead of us. Let us continue to work together to bridge the gap between science and tradition, innovation and heritage. And let us never forget the profound impact that each and every one of us has on the world around us. In closing, I'd like to express my deepest gratitude to the COCOBOT, to our esteemed partners overseas, and most importantly, to the farmers who inspire us each and every day with their resilience and dedication. With Pergado Ultra, and with the continued support of Syngenta Group, I'm confident that we can build a brighter and more sustainable future for cocoa farming in West Africa. Thank you.
Jumadino Kosono, Mr. Kingsley Adade, ono ene jina mo de ba Syngenta, se Ghana country manager. Ono so be kasa e be kire nsem mu e de amakuafo no enso tie wo ho ase. Mfasode a ewo so se enye koku akuafo enso betuma yusu pergado eye aduru no ede aboa won kuayo anase koku kuayo. Mr. Kingsley Adade ne nsamo de tu gua no enso ebi eni.
And good morning once again. We are very much happy that you are here, and we thank God for your lives. So today we are launching Pergado Ultra. In a nutshell, we are saying that we want to showcase and tell you about the product Pergado Ultra. What is Pergado Ultra? It is a product that is rainproof. It's a product that is copper-free. It's a product that is purposely and uniquely made for cocoa in West Africa. And it's a product that is best in terms of protecting your cocoa beans from the devastating black pod. When we talk about Pergado Ultra, it's a fungicide. In Tinia can say Pergado Ultra anonym edro. Okay, when ye a woodro na yedigu cocoa senebi, we anonym edro. So it's a fungicide. And it's made for West Africa. Inti yehwe inkura extra West Africa huina na West Africa yedua cocoa na sa products we ho. Inti yehwe Cameroon, yehwe Ghana, yehwe Ivory Coast, yehwe Nigeria, yebehu Pergado Ultra ho. If you say yasheda anyan to boasie aye for cocoa. So Pergado Ultra was uniquely designed for cocoa for West Africa. It's a fungicide with two active ingredients. Mandipropamate, which is a translaminar AI, and it's the best translaminar AI that we can ever find on the market. And we have mefenozam, that is the best systemic AI you can also find on the market for controlling of black pod. Titru, sa mefenozam no, eno nema ridomel, ejna ne nanso ne kosro, ewo kuku anonom control mu inti se ye gidi se ridomel eye organ ye de amagahoho no so ayeden aba be ka ho amakuafo se ye mo de amommo mo nsem. Because of our innovative principle, we have designed Pergado Ultra to be rainproof. Rainproof in the sense that when we came here, we were also even thinking about the rains that was going to come. Farmers are always concerned about rains when they are applying fungicides. Nyame patchen say kuafo bebre ohonoma omukogu anonuma dra aya na omusro efise enso nya toya na anonuma adroni na yeden na hohoro enti da bia na anonuma yeden etiefo mu ho do yeden ensuro awia na yeden ensuro nsuo enti ensuo mu krampo no se ugu Pergado Ultra ubetimi abo okoko no ho ban. Adeɛ baako nso a ɛyɛ nika ɛwɔ pergado ho no sɛ wodi gu wafidie no ma na dissolve because of the formulation which is called wettable granule. It dissolves quickly within your solution, and then it's easy for you to apply. Now, most importantly, we are saying that pergado is copper free. We said pergado is what? Copper free. As Imoro said, we are one of the key companies that are also bringing a copper free fungicide onto the market. We'll get to why being copper free is also very important in the industry now. We are not running away from copper, but we are trying to reduce the load of the copper metal on the environment, which also sinks into our sustainability goals in the industry. So yes, if we see pergado, the moment you have pergado, you are having a product with mandipropamate and a product with mefinozyme. What we are doing here is when we take Ridomil, it has mefinozyme and then copper. But we have taken away the copper from it and we have added mandipropamate. The essence is that we want to improve the product. So we are having a mandipropamate which is rainproof and it is more persistent than the copper. We are also introducing a new AI that is going to improve the resistance management that we have in the industry, because we don't want to use just one product all the time, but we want to have a full program where we will have both Ridomil and pergado supporting it. The product is a granular formation, which makes the product very, very stable, unlike other non-copper fungicides that we have on the market. Now, based on these attributes of mandipropamate, we have one of the best formulation that is going to give you your solution in controlling black pot disease. Best of it all is that because of the mefinozyme, we are giving an exceptional control for black pot disease. Inti ene ekuafo se yaba yedi edra ebema mo ahotoso ewo black pot control mo. If you say yedi edro papa eba beka Ridomil ho ana yedi abremo. If you say yehwe infoni bi, if you say yehwe ye formulation ye wettable granule na se uhia dust bia emba ebeha ukiani no. So what we have is what? Dust free. So let's watch this video. So this is how it comes. If you are pouring pergado, there will be no dust. Okay, unlike other products, when you pour, there will be dust that could help, has health implications when you inhale. Now, we are also saying that it dissolves quickly in water. Normally, in noni bi ohonoma udigu wo kaf numa wani be hunu na ase adase entimi enhunu yie anameboa aha se adase enso sa na what it means ni say ebetimi nso asi wo kaf no ano enti wie na wo spray abon say enye den emaye. But with pergado ultra bibia enhunu kama ewo wo kaf no enti wo badro na eye adro no nko na ebewa begu okoko ne so no wanya a very good control. Adia ba konso so a ema pergado nso eda stronko no say esan say a dissolve neatly within o solvent nintino ebinya den enkase ohunu na ohwia bibia eba kama because of the good solvency. There are no deposits when it dissolves. So when you are decanting and when you are spraying, you have full application or full products being applied onto your cocoa pot. So you don't have leftovers in your tank. You don't have leftovers in any solution that you get. This is a blockbuster. We are saying that pergado is coming with strength. Pergado is coming to kick out black pot in your cocoa farm. What is making pergado so unique? The mandipropamate addition is what we are stressing on today. Now, mandipropamate is very active. And one of the key things is that it does not matter the stage of the development of your the disease. Fahu baby uko anonom no eko ewo ukoko no ho. Once you go pergado no, it may stop anonom no so it is able to control the zoospore, is able to control the mycelium growth, and is able to control the sporangia growth. So at all stages of the life cycle of your blackboard, you will have pergado being able to control your blackboard. Okay? So it does not matter. When we were saying, he said, pergado is preventive and it is creative. Creative in the sense that even when the spores have started growing, say, anonom crash has here, a develop your pod no one, ugu pergado, a bit near then, a sea no quine, na a yini ebium and say ukoko. Technologies we are yede aye pergado no, your friend lock and flow technology. And that is one of the uniqueness of pergado. We are bringing a technology that we said is called the lock and flow. The moment you apply pergado on your pod, it binds with your cocoa tissue, the pod tissues. And then it begins to flow, it forms what we call a reservoir within the pod. And it begins to flow gradually into the pod and then controls the growth of the black pod. And that is why we are saying that at any stage, it does not matter the life, the developmental stage of the black pod. The moment you apply pergado, because of mandipropamate, you are able to stop the growth. So this is how pergado flows within the pod tissues of your cocoa. What it means is that if you apply mandipropamate, it goes straight into the pod surface. It binds with the tissues of the pod. That is why we are saying that it is locked. Okay? And then it begins to release it gradually, flows gradually, and begins to control. Now, this is why we are saying that pergado, once it's locked with your pod, even when it rains, it cannot be washed. And she said, you go pergado, enya eko cocoa pod no ehwa ensuo to sensuo anto unsheda yeden any problem. And intini yesi sensuo mu ewie mu pergado eba beje wonkwa. So because of these attributes, the lock and flow technology, pergado is able to give you a very long lasting protection because the flow aspect releases the active ingredient gradually into the pod and it is able to control it. So even when there is a new spore that enters or falls on your pod, when you have pergado, you don't have a problem. Pergado is very focused on the sustainability of our environment. And see, when we talk about pergado, the soil type has no effect on it. Temperature has no effect on it. And because we are saying that it is rainproof, rainfall has no effect on it. Pergado is rainproof. And that one we want to really stress on it. As a matter of fact, your health is of a concern to us. So when you are applying pergado, we expect that each and every farmer, all the applicators of Kodapec are really well protected so that we can, this one we have talked about, what we are saying is that across West Africa, all the countries, we have pergado registered. So in conclusion, we've talked about pergado. At the long last, we are bringing you a blockbuster. It is a product that has two AIs, mandipropamate and mefenozine. And it is providing you the best in class protection. So when we are talking about translaminar protection, pergado is there because of mandipropamate. Systemicity, mefenozine is in. So in terms of black pod protection, we have pergado being number one. And what is it giving us? It's giving us a reliability, the comfort that even when you spray pergado, as I said, it does not matter the time, it does not matter the stage of your black pod growth, you have pergado saving you. What is important is that we are making the product is able to move into new growths, ensuring that when your tissues, your cocoa pod is even growing, pergado is able to grow with it and protect the pod. Unlike copper, it stays at one place, and sometimes when the rain comes and it is washed away, there is a gap where your black pod can begin to grow again. But with pergado, with methylenozyme and mandipropamide, you are secured. This product, as we said originally, is only made for cocoa. There are products that are sometimes kind of adopted from other crops onto cocoa. But pergado Ultra is uniquely made for cocoa, and it is made to control black pod in cocoa. The technology that I talked about is making pergado what we call double rainproof. So as we said, whether rain or shine, if you have pergado, you are secured. One important message that I want to stress is that when you apply, the fact that we are saying that it is rainproof does not mean that when you see that the rains are coming, you go and stand in and spray. No, please. Yes, it is rainproof, but when it is raining, please don't go and stand in and spray. What we are saying that at least when you spray after 1 hour, you don't have a problem. After 1 hour, almost the best part of the product is in there to protect you from the black pod. So please don't go and say that Kingsley said it is rainproof. So even when you see that the storm is coming, then you go and start spraying. It doesn't work that way. Importantly, what we are also saying is that we are bringing another excellent program, another excellent product to complement Redomil Gold. So we are not saying that we are throwing away Redomil Gold. We are bringing the best in copper-free, and we are bringing the best in a copper-based fungicide. It is a moji Redomil dia sounds necessary the moji pergado edi. See if we enekwe yede pergado and one day a copper-free no ba beka Redomil and also one day a walk copper no. Senior farmers mubenya arehyiemu ene ahotoso se black pod edi enya bebre no yenya no aduru ebebo na ama yen kokoro no yeguso ti na black pod ediba form no akosro na boye ina medamu ina masi
ebiem Mark Frierson ono application technology manager eba chere ekwanya koko akuafo ebetumi afa abefo kwan so atumi ayusu pergado ultra edegu omukoko so na aboa na afi nso no amoamo a esei koko no omatu atu ase ede firo na afi koko akuayo enso no atumi akoranim.
And all these droplets are not all kept on the target, okay? Which means environmental issues and waste of money. Okay? The point is, what we have seen is you have a gap between the advice from CRIC, which are the right advice, and time to time what the farmers are understanding. And in fact, what we are thinking about is how can we help the farmers to use all the advice shared by CRIC in order to make the life easier. What you also understood is, last time we discussed with you, with CocoBot, you told us that farmers are often coming back, asking for more product. Which means, in the end, they probably also have a problem in order to understand what the right dose range, what the dose they need on the target per soil surface. Okay? And this is also something you have to think about. And Now, we, Syngenta, are doing trials since years. And we said, okay, let's do a trial. Let's carry a trial on cocoa with different options, different material and different water volume. And we said, let's apply with full cone nozzles, hollow cone nozzles, different water volume on the pods with the knapsack, okay? And we applied 3 by 3 and we assessed different level of pods, top, middle, bottom, and as well we placed some filter paper on the trees in order to collect the flow and the different droplets, okay? We apply, we sample, and after we do analyze, okay? We wash from the target, from the pods in this case, and we analyze. How do we analyze? In fact, we have a tracer technology. That means we are adding a dye in the tank mix, a fluorescent dye. And we are able to, that means to collect this fluorescent dye from the target and to assess the deposit or the coverage. Okay? That means how much of what we applied is really on our target. I said deposit and coverage. Why is it important? Here you have a systemic compound and you have a translaminar compound. As well, you have copper, which means these two different points are really important. Deposit means how much from my product do I have on my target in terms of quantity, okay? If I'm talking about coverage, is where is my compound on my target? If I have 10 square centimeter leaves, how many square centimeters of these leaves are covered from my compound? Okay? That means deposit and coverage. These are the two different points we have to tackle when you want to reach a good application. Okay, and what we have seen is we have tested a full cone, 120 liters. We tested hollow cone, and we increased as well the water volume. And what we can see here is the deposit in nanogram. Okay. However, the question is, yes, we are able to assess the deposit level. And it means we know how many nanogram of compound are on our target. And we found out that low water volume and full cone is providing the best application. Okay? This is what we found out. Now, in fact, why low water volume? If you are coming back to the previous video, it's pretty clear. High water volume, few spot apply, runoff. That means if you have a high water volume, you have a lot of runoffs, you are wasting a lot of money because a lot of droplets are not kept on the target. Okay? Here, coverage. This dye is a fluorescent dye. That means you are able to assess the coverage. You are taking a picture, and with a software, you are able to assess how many square centimeters of the target are really covered. What we can see here is, on the right, you have the hollow cone, and again, on the pod, you can see some fluoros. And on the fluoro, you have a lot of fluorescent dye, which means you had runoff. Same on the right top there, same. And the coverage is not as well homogeneous as of the left side. On the right pod, you see, on the bottom, you have this fluorescent dye, okay? Which means you had runoff. High water volume, probably too close from the target, runoff. On the left side, you can see exactly the same on the fluoro from the pods. Again, runoff. High water volume and probably too close from the target. I told you as well that, in fact, we also placed some filter paper on the trunk. And you as well assess the deposit on different level. And you can see as well from on the left side, you have this 120 liters and full cone till the end, hollow cone with high water volume. Which means as well, if you're applying up and down on the pods, on the trees, in fact, your coverage is better, but your deposit as well is better, okay? As well on the trunk. Which means if you're coming back to our pergado topic, the flexibility, you can apply spot and you can apply up and down. As you are using the pergado, you have not this copper problem linked to the phytotoxicity. That means what we do propose today from here is using a low water volume or spot application as Creek proposed since years, which makes sense. But as well, now with this new pergado, you can also apply up and down your trees. Okay? It's providing you a higher flexibility in terms of application. And just one point, I don't know, we are talking since the beginning, we are talking about hollow cone and full cone. Here, you have the two different patterns of hollow cone and full cone. Why are the farmers going too close? In fact, if you check the hollow cone, you have a gap in the middle. That means the farmers are going close to the target. If they would not, they would miss the target. Okay? I have my pattern like this. Here I have a hole. I miss the target. Now I have a full cone. I catch even I'm wider from the target. Okay? Does it make sense for you? And it's why now we do propose to take care about the type of nozzles you are using, because a lot of farmers, do not say 90% of the farmers, do not take care about the type of nozzle they are using, and they are using, in 90% of the case, they are using these hollow cone nozzles. And we do propose now to use these full cone nozzles, and after it's up to you, depending which compound you are using, you can apply spot or you can apply up and down. Okay, swinging up and down. And just to let you know, again, it's something we tested in the field last year with your farmers here. Here is just another slide about mist blower, because we also tested some mist blower in other countries. And what came out of this one is just the fact that we asked here the two first application. On the left, we asked the farmers to apply 60 liters We explained to the farmers to apply 6 liters. And in fact, one farmer applied 120 and the other one applied 30, more or less 40 liters. In fact, which means here the key point was the training. The farmer was not used to.
Okay, now Maki purchasing and say, Drupa, a drone year, papa. That's why money year, a drone enya day, enya juma, and I unyaso and fasono. But I tell you, enti uwe dropano, as I said, unya a quanya ye faswa, obeboni ye, senia, and semna a kafa pergado huina na. As I say, Mao so emphasuono, on so create anywhere then, wenya. Inti adia ba kwa, ye Sengenta, ye pese, ye bois, and so ye, near Bruni friend say, application technology. Sabo focus yenina no send ye boko koso. Inti ye catch application technology ya, ye bro focus ye, nanso ne tofa no ye senya ye den, ye bo koko no so. Ye kwafo ya hoina ye nimse ye den tambia no ye boyen koko so na sane no di kan ka no se wa mo koko ni su yi a empempi no o sei edro ni ye den pi o sei edro pi nso a se nya wa na akoto ya ekwan bia so no e ka na wo bo so what ya say se koko board na dia ma wa it means se wo bo koko ka se wa so na to nsem sika ana akoto ya onso ye den oboka ne efa pii no am se akuafo eno anse tambia no yekogina ho a ye pese kokoo no efo twon na tinsuo egu ana meboa eye kakra na ma freze koko bodedro no mde ba na ye den enso meboa aha na mom no yenam enkyerɛkyerɛ na so ebem yehu ekwan ya ebefa so a ye bebo kokoo no eso emma yen ensei edro ne yeden pi bajo ya ti ase enti yempese ye sei ska yempese ye sei edro no anintina ye de sa enkyerɛkyerɛ no ebe den eba bebu akuafo bajo ya ti ase enti ni tofa mu ina no ne ye pa kyerɛ nse edropa ani kokoo moso pa ana ebetimi emu anya emfaso a eye pergado ebetum diama edase
na ebra dwumadi no ekoso no kokoo akuafo ene nipa oto nsa frɛ won beprim odwumadi na se no enso nya akwanya etumi bisa ensem ahoro
kokoo farmer without a farm. Pastor Mr. Kingsley, we have presentation, me who say products more back dada, which is Ridomel. Now me me use Ridomel no. Ebuame. Now I saw the way abano, a foot to ben our mammy. Me ja Ridomel use na me use we. And answer me use we, and no I'm saying use we. And here question number 1. Second one here, with pergado no can say we use after 1 hour, ebema 100%. Then question is any say below 1 hour, unya 100%. Into at what percentage be na we spray na insu to a esa we sa spray biu. And answer we spray na insu etokwa na ubenya 100%. That's my question.
Pasha edru papa amudi be yina no kwasem say eya na obudi be ka say education no emu tan yedu say abeti ye di abeti o na ye papa no ma oye station officers a wo mia bebre no kaduo no ba sei no nanka omo nso organize bibia ebeye te se nkyerɛkyerɛ papa etimi aba ansa na fe do na ba out omo bia hu se de ebo no da se kopa ni sei ya obi akoto ano no anso okobo mo de banzo so a sabi mu ni akyire hwɛ se de mekyire kuadi no saa na ɔkɔ no ana se saa na ɔnkɔ no eti ɛhɔ no etimi ma du no so ɛho memfa so ma kokobot na ɛho so memfa so ma yɛ akuafo no eti mu hwɛ na mo nka hɔ no na mo hyɛ hɔ nso paa ma yɛn
se wo yɛ presentation no wo kan se pergado ne property ba ko no se yɛ curative enti se yare na aka no kra no a obo adro no a etimi si yare no ano kwan na so yehwe yemfu mu a se de anonom yare no sitie no ebi wo ho na afi na ahya ase ebi wo ho na afare ho kese kakra ebi susu wo ho no mo a na afa pod no ho nyina enti stage ben pa na se yare no aka kokko aba na duru a ye betimi di akosa yare no because said you was kan no obi ho no ma yare na fa aba no ho nyina no still no ano ye wo gidie bi se wo wukura na yare no benyane no ana me boa me da ase
na sei ani muya nso a wode ma won sembisa no
ne e passion se safa aba no ho nyina na asɛ ne dia mesrew enkonkobo pergado eni owu sori honhom hello pergado enya den eni owu sori honhom bacha ya ti ase ne ye passion se onse anonom no yina yenim hyase nketwa na esan se ye science ye hu but started bia enhini na a started enante ewo abanimu ansana akwakọ se kokoo ni na ye passion se ugu pergado a ye seed no okay adonis anonom no seed no beto kokoo no ho a started nyini na ye nehuni no ewram na momugu pergado na seed ne beto ho a ebekuno enhini ni start se enyini a ebeden ebekuno enhini no start se movie ewo pod no munso a ebeden ebekuno okay ati ase enye ne afa hu nyina na sei no ana abesa akwakobo enukura de ye nkoko ye entity mu no ye pa kire se edunu sa na eso ye den eso so tifi ho okay ati ho na se good Mr. Ben also okasina bisa no eyampa ye wo redomel and ye wo pergado ye passion se tembia no ye promote what we call a crop program enti ye be use both redomel and pergado but ya ti ase enti in a crop program no ye betimi start with pergado na ya end with redomel but ya ti ase enti enye se pergado aba no ye wa beto redomel afi there redomel ebekosoa aba beboa yen enti ebenya redomel iya senya den pergado ye tie se ye wo ennomienu a ni na eden ehu ye din enti ye bo pergado no ye de redomel so ye den ka ho ye nya ye friend a complete crop program for fungicide na ye patchen se yegu edrona edrono ekọ abanumu entem enti yengidie se after 1 hour no edrono efa pia ebeboa esi anonono kwan no ewuramu enti nso to a enye den enha no anase enhohoro enko eno no nso nkyere se before 1 hour no eto a ne no ano no ye tell say senka na obenya 100% efficacy it may be in 45 minutes you reduce the efficacy to maybe 80 okay that is how it's going to be. We are not saying say the fact that it is rain fast, even when you see that the place is cloudy and it's going to rain, you go and do the application. What we are coming up is that once we cannot determine how the weather goes, we need to bring a product that will be able to safeguard our farms as early as possible. Okay? So that even if after 1 hour you have a rain, you are very much protected more than any other product that we have in the system.
Dr. Ishmael Mwakwata, honorary research scientist, ewa Cocoa Research Institute Ghana. Ononsono ebe chire emu ese pergado ensono eye edura ebe boa cocoa akuafu ye pa. Afi osan chere okwan a wobefa so na afi nso no wɔn nso no atumi ayusu ɛyɛ pergado ultra yi.
Thank you very much. I think they've talked a lot about the pergado and what Kingsley did. I think he went into the much of the technical issues, but the only aspect that we are trying to talk about is to show that the product also went through the maximum testing time that it has to go through. It came to Craig and we did all those things. So that's why we want to present something on the trial as it was in Ghana. So we can start. So I think a lot has been said about it, that it is formulated specifically for cocoa. It was specifically for cocoa. And it contained madipropamide and then metallazole M. Metallazole M is the same as mefenozam. It's a raceme of it. So it's the same. That's the metallazole, the M, mefenozam. And we've also heard that it is a non-copper because we said that it contains mefenozam and then madipropamide. So there's no copper in it. And that is what has been designed for use on cocoa in Ghana. So we brought some key findings. We found out that when you apply the pergado at 30 grams per 15 liter, as we mostly do, the disease incidence, the level, you see that it is lower than the reference. What we talk of the reference, we pick one of the chemicals that has already been approved and being used by our farmers. So we will compare the performance of the new product to that one. So if you look at it, you will find out that this is where we apply the pergado, this is where we apply what has been used in Ghana, and this is where we did not apply anything. And you can see that where we apply pergado, the disease incidence reduced to up to maybe 10%. But where we use the reference, those that has already been approved and we are using in Ghana, it was around 15%. So it tells us that when we use the pergado, you are reducing your disease incidence by 50% more. You are reducing it further. Because where we did not apply anything, the disease incidence was around 30%. So that is what we saw. So it's effective against both the megacarya and the parmivora, because in Ghana, we have two pathogens that cause the black pod disease, the parmivora and the megacarya. And the chemical was effective against both the parmivora and then the megacarya. And it also had no adverse effect on the pollinators because as we are applying the fungicide, we also want to check whether it is having effect on the insects that will pollinate our plants. And then we use earthworm and then the litter decomposition as bioindicators, because if the chemical is having effect in the soil, then those activities in the soil will not go on, so it will affect decomposition and all those things. So then we found out that the pergado had no effect on these activities. Also, we found out that the residue level, after we have applied the chemical, we take beans from the pores and then we analyze the pores to see whether there are deposits of the active ingredients in there. So you find out that it contains madipropamide and then metallazole M. So you analyze the seeds to see whether the levels in them are higher than what is accepted on international markets. We found out that they were lower than the 0.06. That is what is required for madipropamide. And for metallazole, you should get 0.1. And it was lower than these levels, which means that pergado combines the excellent fungicidal efficacy with the low bean and then environmental toxicity. So it was very good. So we are saying that when you apply the pergado at 30 grams in your 15 liter of water, you are good to go. As we saw, it's reduced your disease incidence even better than those that we've been using. And one thing is that this dosage, so far, it's about the lowest that we use in the country. So I think it is a good thing to do. Thank you very much.
Na ne kura mu no panyini pa ofi Ghana Cocoa Board ono so bai eno so ede nkaibọ anasa no di sem efi Cocoa Board ede be ma Cocoa akuafo enso no ewodwumadi no ase
in town today, because per the application rate, we have been made to believe that it's the lowest in Ghana, at least for now. When it comes to Syngenta Overseas Warehouse and their products, you know, the name is a household name when it comes to Cocoa Board. There has been that strong working relationship between the company and Cocoa Board and their products. And for me, as let me say, someone who has been teaching crop protection strategies and then disease management in the university for more than 20 years, I know what it takes to go through and come out with an active ingredient against a disease-causing organism. To get the active ingredient can take you years, and the amount of money involved so huge. Apart from that, you are going to do lab-based tests, and then the field one, and also test their effect on other organisms. He mentioned the earthworms and the decomposers to see. So you can imagine what one goes through to come out with a product like that, which takes not less than 10 years. I believe 10 to 15 years. Maybe you come out for the number of years it took you to come out with that. So for us in Cocoa Board, when it comes to disease protection and all those things in cocoa, that is our main business, to make sure that the farmers get quality yield, and that will result in a lot of money in their pockets. I won't talk about the increase in cocoa price and those things now. I'm here just to give a brief statement. So, Syngenta, we wish you well. On behalf of my chief executive, I congratulate you for coming out with a very good and important product at this time in our life. And also, you mentioned that you are working with Craig to find out how we can control the CSSVD. I'll be observing silently from my office to see how things will go. Once again, congratulations.
Seven, let's come together. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. And there you have it. Finally, we have a fungicide that will transform our cocoa sector. One that we all agree is a game changer. Pergado Ultra, formally launched today, the 16th day of April, 2024.
three quick messages that I just want to reinforce. And let me come here, it's very informal behind there. The first one is really to re-emphasize the legacy of the companies that we've worked for, and particularly on the fungicides. When I reflect, I've been working now 34 years for Syngenta and legacy companies, and in that time, I've seen the triazoles and propiconazole when I first joined. And then we had metalaxyl, Ridamil. Then the strobilurins, who remember the strobilurins? Azoxystrobin, the largest in the world, came from the Zeneca side. Then mandipropamid, which you see today. And then more recently, the new class of SDHIs with adepidine, probably the best again, from Syngenta. So a huge legacy there. But the thing that I'm most proud about, and people have said it a number of times today, is in my career, this is the first product that Syngenta has launched just for Africa. You will not find Pergado Ultra anywhere else in the world. This is just for Africa, just for West African cocoa. It's the first for me. We've pushed hard for it, and I'm really proud that we made it happen. So let me try this. Oja. Better. Oja. Okay. So my second point is a little bit about cocoa. I mean, this is a crop that I've known for 25 years. I first came to Ghana in 1998, and with Henry Vinches, God rest his soul, went to the cocoa areas, and I've been involved in that crop ever since. And it's a fascinating crop, but it's extremely difficult. I mean, you hear about the value chain, right? Every crop has a value chain. I think cocoa is the crop with the most complex and difficult value chain in the world. And therefore, it's not one player that can solve or make cocoa better. It's everybody. It's only a multi-stakeholder approach that can really drive cocoa to the next level. And we just play a particular role in that, right? But it's only if all those stakeholders are pulling in the same direction that you really see a step change. Very often we see different players actually fighting against each other. And that's why it's great today. And I want to pay a particular thanks to our distinguished guests from the Cocoa Board, Professor Ruzu, to Francis Paddy from Crig, who I've known for some time. We're working with them closely, and we want to continue to work with you to make cocoa better and make Ghana better. Gentlemen, Madazi. I really want to say a thank you to my friends here from the African Tiger Group, from Overseas Warehouse Ghana Limited. Imoro, you had extremely big shoes to fill. You've done a very good job at doing that so far. I think over the last several years, we've become good business associates, and I think also good friends. So to all the HTL guys, to Overseas Warehouse, to Ed Vij outside, who I know has put a lot of work into it. Madazi, Oja. The last thing I would like to say is about, you've heard a lot today in Syngenta, we go beyond product. Yes, Pergado is a good product. I believe the best product in the industry, as you've heard today. But in Syngenta, we go beyond product. You know, product is just one bit of the puzzle. And we want to work, and we're continuing to work with Crig and Cocoa Board on what is a technical assistance that we do in Ghana. Right? If farmers use Pergado and they don't have many pods, their harvest will still be poor. So how do we train farmers to get more yield? You know, where I come from in Europe, if you show a farmer if they get 5% more, 10% more, they go, wow, 5 or 10% more in cocoa in Africa is nothing. To me, if we work with farmers, if we help them, if we go beyond the product, if we help teach them how to prune their trees better, if we help to teach them and find the time how to pollinate their trees better, and then they will get many, many more pods that then pergado can play an even bigger role protecting those pods, right? That's what I want to see. Then I believe we can see yields go up 2 times, 3 times, pretty quickly, right? And then as Professor Rizzo said, yes, the cocoa prices are high at the minute. So let's take advantage of them. My mum always used to tell me when I was young and I went to school, you know, you get out of life, Peter, what you put into it, right? If you put nothing in, you get nothing out. It's exactly the same in farming, right? And in cocoa, if you don't look after your farm, if you don't look after the trees, do not expect to get very much out, right? Whereas if you treat it like an investment, you invest in some of the best technologies around to help you, you will see your yields go up, you will see your income go up, you will see the whole economy of Ghana go up. So I think lastly, the farmers, our cherished farmers, hands up if you're a farmer. And hands up. Madazi, thank you for coming today. Oja.
Yeah, you know. Na I was say send ye sha se bom pae no. I was say de nyame na esansu wie. Nti ne no koko krachi panyina ono nso no e koko akuani enso be bom pae amaye de dwumadi no enso e ba na awie yi.
Pamchom yen sori kakra. Mra ya transe kakra yi. Afei umaye si trase unyankopon ketie no anim. Yere bom pae. Wa oye ahyase na oye awieye. Wa nyansa ani nimdie ahya wo ma. Obi ni ho no mo wakotiw enyanyansa da. Mra ye firifiri sei efriase ewo odini mu. Ona ma donso manimdie kase a odi abama Africa a Ghana yedi mu akotin wo beden na di akire yen. Je wani da so se unyame wa sha to ho se Ghana se ye lidi koko wo wiase nyinara. Enti ahode ni nyansa ni nimdie a wodi ma yen no koso pejamu ema yen. Man ye be ye ohaw musuo sane pepejan yamhye de wo pani ne tuegu emra ye yi sa edroi edi no meme ye dwuma papa maye ne yesu ye timinye sika papa ye be ye omayiye papa yesu se wona so ye okore ntabanso ne ye bae doni mre so se ye be ye musuo de sane wo pa tuegu ya ka se yo nyame ye de wo fi ase no wona wawie ye dawase se woye nyema nyina ediama oman Ghana ne Africa wo Yesu Kristo di na were bom pae amen.
Ene Okuman Radio, Okuman TV. Ya pro boy de bpm Bunsu the official launch of Pergado Ultra Jumedino Yeribesi. Infonia horo enso no etwagui. Uko Facebook Okuman Radio 97.1. Unsa ebeka videos ahoro no nyina enso ewo ho. And asen confirmative no DJ Zigibi Sansona listo ana afi na Kofi Okorageman. So boy amaye to me di jumedi efi Bunsu the official launch of Pergado Ultra yensono yetumi ade buy. Because so ko Facebook like a page no share afi so no comment no fagu ase. Bedin ade Kelvin Ampontedi. Aha any DBC.